You know, Dave, here at the CCA Workbench every week, we love to talk about rigs, and tonight, certainly, it looks like you brought a whole bunch of stuff to catch a kingfish on.
Yeah, well, you know, I like to catch kingfish. You know, they get a bad rap, you know, a lot of places because they're, you know, a lot of people don't like to eat them. I like to eat them a lot because I smoke kingfish and make dip out of them.
Right.
And you know, you get to keep 2 of them a trip, so they can save you a lot of times, you know.
Right.
And they're easy to find, you know. There are a lot during the summertime. The big kings will come in, and a lot of the other kingfish will come in and follow the bait, and you can really find them easily, you know, up and down the whole Texas coast there, especially during the southern end, you know, where they get in close in the clean water, and you can see them from miles away. You know, once the birds gets up, and then you just gotta go over there and get in them. And once you get in them, they're fairly easy to catch. You know, first off, you probably you know, if you have some live baits, you know, you can go ahead and use that, but you're going to have to use wire. Kingfish is a fish eater. He's a king mackerel, and all mackerel have vicious teeth on them. So you're going to have, you know, a wire leader. And this is a pre-made wire leader from Dave Workman. He, you know, he's been a kingfish guy forever, and these are his leaders. And all kingfish leaders with these kind of, or live bait leaders, are going to have a stinger rig on them.
Right.
And a stinger rig is just a short piece of wire that you can put in the back of the bait, so when a kingfish comes up and tries to take the tail, which is what they're going to do, that's
right.
how they feed, he's going to catch that back hook.
Right.
And you know how they feed them anyway is they come streaking in with their speed, and they try to take the tail off the bait. Then they'll spin around and come back and eat the head. Now, if you've got a bunch of wire strung down your live bait, you're going to get him on one of those hooks, and that's what the boys do. They string, you know, for a ribbon fish rig, you know, there's 4 treble hooks in there.
Wow.
You know, they put 4 treble hooks down the back of the bait. They put the big single hook in the front nose of the ribbon fish, and then they put all the other ones down his back. So anywhere on that long ribbon fish that kingfish comes to eat, he's going to run into one of those treble hooks. And that's what you have to do just about whenever you're doing any kind of live bait fishing for a kingfish. You have to put a stinger in it. However, even when you're using a dead bait like a ballyhoo trolling, I put stingers on those as well. This is one I just made before the show started. This is an 8/0 needle eye, kind of a heavy hook. You don't have to use a double strength like that unless you're fishing for really big kingfish. You could use a single X instead of a double X.
Right.
But once you get your needle eye hook through the ballyhoo and pinned to your pin rig, then you go ahead and have these made up. And what I'll do is I'll slip it over the hook and give it a couple twists to keep it tight so it won't come over there.
Right.
And then I'll put the trailing hook back near the tail, you know, so it can still flap, just loose enough so it can still flap, you know, and
right.
swim. And when the kingfish comes up, or the wahoo
right.
comes up to eat that, you know, he's going to hopefully get a bill full of that. Because a single hook is really hard to hook them on a lot of times because of their mouth is so hard, and they've got that one ridge up and down.
Now, what about if you don't have live bait, Dave?
Well, you know, a good thing about kingfish is they love to eat shiny, moving things. So if you have any kind of plugs or spoons or a big Rapala Magnum trolling plug like this one right here, they are fish eaters. And if you come trolling by a school of kingfish with one of those things rattling, you're going to get 2 or 3 bites out of them. I mean, you'll have every one of your rods go down. And they just really love shiny plugs, you know.
Me too.
I do too. That's how we get caught. Is we'll see something shiny in the store and we'll come and get it. Well, the kingfish is the same way. So whenever you've got a good spoon back there flashing, or a big plug, a high-profile plug, or even a bucktail jig.
The first kingfish I ever caught was on a kingfish rig, triple
exactly.
hooks plus the bucktail. We took a ballyhoo and put it on.
Right.
We get to the wrecks, we drop down, jig it real fast. Most time you get bit on the way down.
Right. Well, I tell you, the commercial guys use big bucktail jigs to catch kingfish. So if a commercial guy's using it, you should probably have it out there too, because he's doing it to make a living. He's wanting to catch them to eat. So.
Dave, I feel like we just don't ever have enough time.
No, we could go for a little while longer,
stuff.
actually.
Thank you so much. I look forward to coming back and talking about products. But where do we go next, Bree?
There's never enough time to talk about fishing.